3, and today we talk about the UEFA Champions League round of 16. So, should we start?
Should we get into predictions now? Is that what we're going to do first, or?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Right, let's go through. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the fixtures first.
Yeah.
And then we will do them game by game.
Yeah.
We won't do
one
them
by one like the Premier League.
Yes,
right?
So we will do them one by one. So the fixtures are, and I state the name I say first or home first.
Yes. Oh, okay, right. Well.
So it's PSG versus Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
AC Milan versus Spurs.
Yeah.
Club Brugge versus Benfica.
Mhm.
Dortmund versus Chelsea.
Yeah.
Liverpool versus Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Frankfurt versus Napoli. Leipzig versus Man City. And Inter Milan versus Porto.
Ooh. Very exciting set of fixtures.
Yeah, like just from the get-go, if I'm looking at that personally, there's a lot of big teams in there. However, the big teams are playing each other very straight away.
And I like how some of the smaller sides are playing each other, so they're going to make it far. And obviously, like, depending on who they draw, they could make it. They could have a serious run essentially. So
yeah,
it's exciting for sure. With
and
some of those clubs.
At the end of these predictions, we will do a preview of. Well, we've only done one because in perspective, in Europa League in the round of 64, there's only kind of one really stand out.
Yeah, the other fixture is very high.
And that's not because I'm a United fan. But it's Man United versus Barcelona over 2 legs.
Yeah.
That takes place this Thursday at the Nou Camp first leg, and we will preview that, we'll predict it, and we will announce.
Some news.
We'll say.
Exciting news.
But anyway, let's kick off with the first. Let's go for the first match, which is tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, or when this video comes out at 8.
Uh-huh.
So it is PSG at Parc des Princes versus Bayern Munich.
This
What
one's
are you
a massive
thinking?
one already.
Because what I'd like to do is I'd like to just kind of numb down both of the teams, and then second we kind of finish it, we say our predictions.
Yeah.
Or we could say our predictions first, and then we state why.
Just we'll just talk about the game.
We'll just go with it.
Yeah. I think Bayern are probably the favourites. I think if we're looking at the form, especially in the Champions League, I think Bayern won every single group stage game, and they've won 3 on the bounce in their own respective league.
Mm-hmm.
Before those 3 wins, they actually drew 3 games on the bounce as well, so coming back from the World Cup and stuff, but I don't think that form will affect them.
I mean, it's true. Bayern Munich, they've only lost 1 game this season in the Bundesliga, drawn 7-1-12.
There you go.
But it's the lost one, which is crucial because you're going to start to see a pattern with a lot of these teams in here. They've only lost 1 game in their league, while at PSG, I think they're struggling with the team.
PSG was the last 2.
Yeah, so PSG in the league lost their last one to Monaco 3-1.
Yeah.
Then they lost to Marseille 2-1. So form-wise, they're not doing good, and they drew to Stadio de Reims 1-1. It's that manager everyone's talking about, that football manager guy. So they're not doing good just purely because their team just isn't. With the team they have, they should be miles ahead. However, they've ended up losing 3 games, drawing 3 and winning 17.
I just don't think they're capable of doing it in Europe. I don't think they ever have been. Ever since they bottled that final anyway, I just don't think they've had it in them. Was it the round 16 they got knocked out of last year over Real Madrid?
Yes.
Yeah, and then I think the year before the final, it was similar. It's like similar stories where they make it like to the round 16 or the quarters and they just never do as well as they should. But I don't know if this squad is not necessarily is as good as people say, but like when it comes to winning the European Cup, I don't know if it is that level when you compare it to the foundation that Bayern Munich have or Real Madrid have. I don't know if they fully got it there, basically.
Well, all I'm going to say is this, and this will go towards my prediction for why. So PSG, they finished second in their group. Benfica finished first.
It was goal difference.
Yeah, it was goal difference. Both on 14 points. Both didn't lose in the group stage, but fair play. So PSG finished second, and Bayern Munich, they
won every game.
Like they have done.
Yeah, like they do every year.
Yeah, like they have done every year, and they had Inter and Barcelona in their group.
Yeah, I think the last time
6 out of 6. That is scarily
Camp
impressive.
and just won 3-0, like it was nothing. Just like, yeah, scrap them over. I think Bayern Munich, when they won the Champions League, didn't they win like every single
Yes,
match?
they didn't
Every
lose. They didn't
single
lose.
game. It's like how the quality and the consistency
Mhm.
is just like ridiculous.
However, I do have to say PSG are a dangerous side. They are a dangerous side.
They are.
They have Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe.
Mbappe.
You could have a shit game, but one of them could turn up.
But I don't even think that's like the best attack in football.
No, it's not
Like,
the best.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, because
like, they're very good players, but I don't think they're as good as like.
There's a lot of egos in the team.
Yeah, I don't think it's as good as it's made out to be because they don't really prove it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? They're in the League On, which is no disrespect to that league, but it's not the most competitive thing in the world. And then they never do it in the Champions League. Granted, Messi's only been there for what?
Mhm.
Was he there in last year's Champions League?
Yes.
Was he there last year? Yeah. So if they've not done it last year with that attack, then I don't see what difference this year makes either.
Right. So, what are you saying for the first leg? PSG are at home to Bayern Munich. I know what I'm going to say.
I think Bayern will win, but I'm debating two scores. I think it'll either be 1-0 or 2-0, but I don't know which one.
I'm going to. So go on. What are you saying?
I'm probably just going to say 2-0 to Bayern.
2-0 to Bayern Munich.
Yeah, 2-0.
I'm going to say Bayern Munich are going to score 2 goals.
Okay.
But I'm also going to say PSG are going to score 2
I
goals.
think it'll be a draw.
I think it'll be PSG 2, Bayern Munich 2. I think it'll be a really good game.
Okay.
I think Mbappe will shine through it.
He
But
usually does.
yeah, I think it's just the attack because they're at home.
Yeah.
Granted, they don't have the best home record in League One, but I only think because every team that goes there sits back.
Yeah.
I don't think Bayern Munich will sit
I
back.
think Bayern's defensive record is just like fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's phenomenal. Yeah, so you know what? It's not the best. They've played 20 games. They've conceded 18 goals.
yeah.
So they've only had probably 2 clean sheets. I wouldn't know, but
Is this in
the league.
In the league.
It's
yeah.
the league.
Okay.
So defensively, but how they do it, let's just have a look quickly. Right, they've
Yeah,
played
'cause
20 games, but they scored 59.
Well,
They outscore teams. They're not defensive.
In the group stage, they scored 18 and conceded 2. So
That's very good,
it's there.
considering their group as well.
Yeah, it's there. So I feel like I'd be to be fair. Like, even though I'm saying they won't score, I'd be surprised if PSG didn't.
Mhm.
I'm just saying like more what my gut feels like, but no, I'd be surprised if they don't.
Yeah, so I'm going to say PSG 2, Bayern Munich 2, and you're going to say
2-0 to Bayern.
2-0 to
And then are
Bayern.
we predicting the second leg now? Or are we going to do it?
We'll predict
Yeah.
the second leg now, just so the viewers listening at home
Okay.
know what we're saying. So now moving on to the second leg, where it's at the Bayern Munich Stadium, the Allianz Arena.
I'm going to say 3-1 to Bayern. I think they'll
I'm saying the
Yeah.
exact same.
I
I'm
just
going to
think
say
they'll crush them.
3-1 to Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Which means Bayern Munich go through 5-3 on aggregate.
Yeah.
I don't think there's nothing much. I think we've said everything we've needed
For
to
me, it
say.
would be 5-1 on aggregate.
5-1,
Which-
yeah. For me, it'll be 5-3. But they'll smoke at the Allianz
Yeah.
Arena. They always do.
I agree.
You always seem to do. I see PSG doing well at home. I just don't see them doing well at away. I do not.
Many teams don't.
No, I was going to say. So, however, we're both predicting Bayern Munich to go through.
Yes.
Moving on to the other 8 o'clock kickoff.
This one's exciting.
I love this one.
I love this one too.
AC
It's very-
Milan versus Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Form-wise, both teams seem to be in a bit of a mishmash.
Yeah, absolutely shocking. AC Milan, they sit 5th at the moment. However, in the last 5 games, they've only won 1, lost 3, drawn 1. They
And
lost.
those 3 losses haven't been like little 1-0s. They've been like fun, like serious scorelines. So
They were thumped, absolutely thumped.
they won their last match, didn't they? 1-0 against.
Considering they won the league last year,
Yeah, they've slipped.
they're not doing well at all.
I think-
They sit 5th in the Serie A.
They won 1-0 against Torino in the last game. Tottenham obviously got slapped 4-1 by Leicester in their last game. This one's odd because I can, with it being at Milan, I feel like they'll take serious advantage of it being at their home ground basically.
Mhm.
But I feel like this one will be really tight. I do. I don't think Tottenham are going to get.
I know.
But I also don't think Milan are going to get battered.
I know what score this is going to be. I have my predictions already for the home leg, for the away leg. Sorry, for Milan and Spurs. Because both teams are struggling, so both teams are going to react the same way. Tottenham Hotspur, the second half FC. So Spurs will score. I know that because they'll score in the second half.
Do you think they'll score at Milan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
they're scoring at the San Siro. Because I remember. No, I just have a feeling. I have a very good feeling. I think the AC Milan versus Tottenham Hotspur will finish 1-1.
I was going to say the exact same thing.
Yeah, I think it's going to be 1-1. I think it's got it written all over it. I think
reckon?
Milan will definitely score first. However, I just don't think they'll do it. I just don't think they'll do it at home. I know when they will do it. However, they're not going to do it at home.
I don't know.
Go on.
I think Tottenham might do it. But only like just.
Well, let's have a look at Tottenham's position. They're off fifth as well. They're only 2 points separating them both.
Yeah.
If they're in the league, if they're in the same league together, there'd be only two points separating them. So.
Who has more?
AC Milan.
Oh.
AC Milan have 41. Tottenham Hotspur have 39. And granted, that's only because Milan won their last game and Spurs lost 4-1 to Leicester, which we will talk about in a few days. The video will be coming out on that, so do stay listen to it.
Well, obviously Tottenham are a bit capable, and then before the Leicester defeat, they beat Man City, so it's there's potential in there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 2-1 Spurs. I
love that.
I think they'll win that.
Yeah.
But just, and then if we're going to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Next, so I'm saying 1-1 at the San Siro. Cameron's saying 2-1 Spurs. I love that. I can see it happening. It's just a Spurs thing to do.
It is such a Spurs game, isn't it?
What are we saying? Tottenham versus Milan. Tottenham are 2-1 up in your leg.
I just think Tottenham would edge you, so they'd win 1-0.
1-0.
Something simple. They just finished them off, so I'd say 3-1 overall in aggregate.
I'm saying Milan 2-0.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tottenham's record is abysmal at home. It's not good at all.
No.
Granted, they beat City, but they beat City every time they go there.
That's true.
So we do have to put respect on that. But Milan will come to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The bowl.
The toilet bowl.
Yeah. The most expensive toilet bowl, I'll say, but still. AC Milan will get the job done. I reckon they'll beat them 2-0, maybe even 3. I just think they'll pop a turn up.
Yeah.
And Tottenham will struggle, and Milan will end up going through. It's just don't get me wrong, they've not been good this year, Milan, but Spurs haven't been either. I think that's why it's such a tasty fixture. This.
Yeah.
Both of them are at the same point, the same season. But yeah, I predict so over 2 legs. It will be AC Milan 3, Spurs 1.
Yeah.
And do you think Spurs are going through?
I do, yeah.
What are you saying
Tottenham
for that?
to go through. It'll be 3-1 on aggregate.
So we're both saying 3-1 on aggregate, but we're both saying different.
Yeah, vice versa.
I mean, it's close, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely a tight game, especially league positions and stuff, and how close they are in similar points.
Yes.
I just see more in Tottenham. To be honest, I obviously watch more of Spurs than I do AC Milan, so I don't fully know what AC Milan can possibly do.
Well, granted, Spurs are in the harder league.
Yes, yeah, that's true. I don't know. I feel like Tottenham can turn up. They could turn up and batter AC Milan, in my opinion. But it's whether they do, and usually they don't. I don't know if AC Milan have the potential to go there and play Tottenham and batter them. But either way, either side's good, so they could.
I just think Spurs don't have a good record in European Champions. Think of it a few years ago. Remember RB Leipzig came?
Yeah.
They just ran through them.
Yeah.
Ajax came. They ran through them.
Yeah.
I just don't think they've got a good away record in the Champions League at home.
Leipzig beat them 3 now.
Yeah, they ran through them. I just think Milan can do that as well. So I think Milan are going to go through 3-1, and you think Spurs are going to go through 3-1. Yes. Moving on, I think this is a proper tasty one as well.
I love this one,
mate. I love it. Club Brugge versus Benfica.
Yeah. Club Brugge obviously finished second in a group with Leverkusen, Atletico Madrid, and Porto, which is respectable.
Very tough.
Especially with the likes of Atletico Madrid being in there as well.
Didn't see it coming at all.
I don't think anyone did. And Benfica obviously topped their group as well by a goal difference, but hey.
But that's very impressive.
You've still got to top it. Not losing a single game with Juventus in there as well, so you've done well. and not losing to PSG, also very well. I think this is going to be a thriller of a game, like a lot of goals.
So, well, Benfica are top of their league. They're doing very well. They've only lost one game this season.
Yeah.
So,
it's common.
Yeah, but they are well drilled.
Yeah.
They are well drilled, and this is the kind of turn away. So I've obviously seen how Club Brugge are in the Champions League, and they're doing very good, right?
Very good.
But come to the league, they are currently 4th in the Belgian league.
Yeah.
They are 20 points behind first place.
Yeah. Really? Who's top?
Genk.
Genk.
Yeah, Genk on 62 points.
Go on, lads.
And Club Brugge are 20 points behind them on 42 in 4th. So I would have thought if Club Brugge are doing that well, they'd be top of their own group. But maybe they just have a thing about sitting back and counter-attacking. Okay. We don't know. We'll wait and see. This is taking place on the 15th of February, the first leg. Club Brugge are at home first.
I think Club Brugge are going to win. I think they'll win the entire tie, to be honest with you.
Do you?
I do. I don't see Benfica win. This is one of those games where, like, I'll say my prediction, I'll just get it out there. I think they'll win about 2-0.
Home leg.
Yeah. But I could easily see this game in something stupid where it's like a 4-2 or something like stupid like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, definitely. Because I feel like both sides just have the potential to run riot and just kind of score as many goals as they need. But if I'm going simple and what I realistically think will happen, I think Club Brugge will win like 2-0.
I think Benfica will be too strong for them.
You do?
Yeah, I think Benfica will win 2-0.
Okay.
Role
reverse.
Yeah, I can see both. I can honestly see both, mate. But I think Benfica will win this 2-0 in the home leg. I don't think there's much more to say about it. Fair play to them. They're both doing
they both done very
excellent.
well.
And I'm happy either Benfica or Club Brugge will make it to the quarters,
Yeah,
which I just think is great for the competition.
Of course. And then next leg?
Next leg, Benfica at home. They'll smoke them. I think they'll beat them 3-1.
Yeah, I was going to say just 1-1.
1-1.
Club Brugge will go through.
You reckon Club Brugge will go through?
I do. I hope. I feel like I'm saying it more because I hope they do, but I don't know. I have a feel. I just like when I look at every like detail about it. I don't know. I just feel like they've got it in them more.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it. I think they'll go through 3-1. So.
I like that.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. I think Benfica will beat them 3-1. It's only because they've massively dropped off in the league. Yeah. If they were top, I'd be like,
oh yeah,
they can do it. But they've massively dropped off in the league. I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong because I'd love Club Brugge to go through back against Benfica, but I just think Benfica will be too strong. So I reckon they'll beat them 5-1 over 2 legs.
Yeah.
I reckon they'll nick a goal, Club Brugge, but that'll be it.
Yeah.
That'll be all she wrote. Should we move on to the next fixture?
Oh yes.
Cool.
One of the most exciting ones
in
the entire tournament.
Yeah, if I had to pick a game to go to out of all these, I'd probably either pick that or the next one after that.
Yeah,
so the next game, Borussia Dortmund versus Chelsea.
This is big. So Chelsea are probably in some of the worst form they've been in years.
Yeah.
Dortmund have won, I want to say, every single game they've played in this current year since they've kicked off after the World Cup.
Yes, they have, correct.
Yeah, so they're going into this with incredible form. Third in the league under Union Berlin and Bayern Munich.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when you consider both teams' forms, looking at the shape that Dortmund play compared to the way Chelsea are playing, I think Dortmund will be far too strong for them, and I generally think they'll probably turn over Chelsea within the first leg. It'll be done.
Really?
Yeah.
What score are you thinking?
Probably like a 3-1, 3-0, something like that.
I was thinking 3-2.
Yeah,
Dortmund.
I can get that completely.
I just see Dortmund smoking them first leg.
I agree.
I think this will be the best two-legged game, definitely by far.
Yeah.
Actually, no, not by far. Sorry, but I do think this will be the best.
I don't think Graham Potter's got it in him either for
No.
Champions League night. He obviously did it with, was it Östersund in the Europa League, I think they're called.
Yeah, they got far with Arsenal.
He beat Arsenal at one point, didn't he? But bar that, I know it's not fair to compare like his job at Östersund to where he is now, but there's no European pedigree.
But Jude Bellingham's on fire at the moment.
That's what I mean, so...
Adeyemi's on fire. Dortmund, they are hitting all cylinders.
I just think when you look at the form,
yeah,
it's like, it's a no-brainer.
Well, they're currently third in the Bundesliga. Union Berlin are second, just 2 points ahead of them. And they're only 3 points off Bayern Munich.
Yeah, exactly.
Who,
so
Bayern Munich, have been phenomenal
Yeah.
this season, if everyone's talking about them. But
Dortmund are also there then.
Dortmund are only 3 points behind them.
Yeah.
So you know what? Saying that, I think Dortmund win the 3-0. I know drastically 3-2 to 3-0.
Yeah.
But I just think they'll 2-0. Sorry, 2-0.
Okay.
I'm saying
it's okay. You can stick with it.
I'm going to say Dortmund 2, Chelsea 0. I just think Chelsea will proper struggle this match.
I'm going to say 3-1 in the first one.
3-1. So let's go to the bridge.
I feel like I know how this game's going to go.
How do you reckon?
I think Dortmund are going to win 2-0, but I see it being like a City Wolves of a few years back where it's like 0-0 for most of the game, very great, very tight, and then Dortmund just break and they score one, and then like 5 minutes later they score another.
This has Chelsea 2, Dortmund 2 written all over it.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Chelsea will come out the gates because they have to.
Yeah.
They will score 1, and then Dortmund will score 1.
Yeah.
Then Chelsea will score 2,
yeah.
and then Dortmund will score 2, and that's how the game will go. And they'll just counter. Dortmund will counter. After winning the first leg, I think they will counter on them, and I think they'll get over the line. I think Dortmund will win the whole tie 4-2. And I think Dortmund will go through.
Yeah, same.
Moving on to the next, I think this game is massive.
It's huge. It is huge.
Just talking about the history of the Champions League. These two teams facing each other.
These two teams is like unbelievable in this competition.
Obviously, we're talking about Liverpool versus Real Madrid.
At Anfield.
Wow.
It's been a while.
You just don't know which Liverpool team's going to turn up.
No.
Remember when Liverpool used to be shite, but in the Champions League,
they do really well.
You just wouldn't want to end up going.
I don't see them getting much out of this game. There's a part of me that feels like they could turn up in a sense of, like I said to you the other day, when they beat Man City 1-0 this season. What's it called? No one expected that yet. They managed to do it because they just turn up at Anfield against them, don't they? But I don't think Liverpool have won a game in the last 4 or something like that. So it's not really the best of records going into it. Real Madrid, I actually don't know what they're like at the moment. I haven't checked. I think they're second
Real
in the
Madrid.
league, aren't they?
Yep. So currently Real Madrid are second in the La Liga. First are Barcelona, which we'll touch on a bit later on. Out of 20 games, Real Madrid have lost 3, drawn 3, and won 14. So they've won 14 out of 20 games, which isn't that bad.
No, it's a good record.
However, they currently sit second place underneath the Barcelona.
I just think looking at this game, Real Madrid have too much for them.
Obviously, they're current holders. They're the current Champions League holders, Real Madrid. And I just think they'll be too strong for Liverpool. But I just don't know what team Liverpool will bring out, because I remember watching them in the group stage. And they finished joint. They only lost 1 game.
They won 5 on the bounce.
They won 5 on the bounce.
And then they won 5 straight to go through, so... You never know. Did they come joint first?
Yeah, they came. So they ended up beating Napoli.
Yeah, they beat Napoli as well. So.
Yeah, so fair play to them, and they can do it. The European nights.
I just think Real Madrid have too much for them. Too much for them. Do you know what you're gonna say?
No, because there'll be a big impact if, and this is kind of not off topic, but if Everton turn them over tonight, I'll be like,
they're fucked.
They're done for.
Yeah.
But if Liverpool if Liverpool beat Everton 3-4-0, I'm like, okay.
Really?
Yeah, just at Anfield. It's just because of Anfield, and Anfield's got to get that respect.
We're not really a side that like. But you've got to remember as well, this game doesn't take place till next week.
Yeah.
So realistically, the derby as well. Like,
so
they've still got another game on the weekend.
So they've got Everton at home and they've got Newcastle away.
They could go in with like 2 defeats, like bad, or they could go in with like a win, or 2 wins. Like, you don't know. I think Real Madrid will win.
I think. You know
Real
what?
Madrid, like their team is just incredible.
You know what? I'm going to go 3-1 Real Madrid. I was going to say 2-0 Liverpool, but
we've went with the exact same predictions. I was going to say the exact same.
In my opinion, right, Liverpool at Anfield was so dangerous with Salah, Firmino, Mane.
Yeah.
They are just not dangerous with Darwin Núñez and Gakpo.
They've not got it anymore.
They don't have it. They're alright players, but then, there's so many levels.
Yeah.
Everyone's disrespecting Mane because they think Núñez and Gakpo can fill his shoes. both of them at the same time can't fill his shoes.
Yeah, I don't think Mane is like the major reason Liverpool have been so poor. Because obviously, like, I can't necessarily say Mane has been tearing it up at Bayern Munich.
No, it's just a different.
Because they have that slip, don't they? I don't think Salah's been on it this season.
Salah hasn't been on it because there's been no competition and there's been no one he likes to play forward.
I don't think Trent's been on it this season. I feel like Klopp's made some very questionable decisions, and that's why in one of the Premier League episodes we spoke about, I questioned like how long you can go on for, because I get the owners are what you're buying, but at the same time, Klopp has to take some serious responsibility.
Yeah.
I agree with you completely. I think it'll be 3-1 Real Madrid. I think Benzema and Vinicius Junior coming up against Trent Alexander-Arnold is just like, what do you think's gonna happen? It's a massacre.
Yeah, what do you think's gonna happen? Trent's gonna learn how to defend for that 90 minutes. Good one.
And then Benzema's just too strong. He's a monster.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Definitely.
So I think they'll win easily.
Let's talk about the Santiago Bernabeu.
Oh.
They're 3-0 Madrid. 3-0 Real Madrid.
I don't see it being a thrashing. I'm just going to say 1-0 Madrid. I feel like Liverpool will just sit back, try not to embarrass themselves, and maybe try and counter on them. Don't think it'll work, so Real Madrid are just too strong defensively as well.
I think they'll be too strong for them.
I just think Real Madrid are going to turn it down. They know the game's done. They'll win 1-0. Simple.
I just think they're the reigning champions and they need to send a message, especially because they're not doing that. Well, they're not doing that well in the league. They're not where they want to be. They want to be first.
They've had that before in the past where they've done awful in the league. Yeah, they've had some like the best Champions League runs ever and won it. So
yeah, it's true.
Like
it's true.
Football.
So I think Real Madrid will win this 6-1.
I'm just saying 4-1.
You're saying 4-1. Yeah, you can tell the United fan is.
I'm an England fan.
It's true. So, just letting you guys know, we think Bayern Munich are going through. I think AC Milan are going through, and Cam thinks Spurs are going through.
Yeah.
I think Benfica are going through, and Cam thinks Club Brugge are going through. I think Dortmund are going to go through, and so does Cam. And we both think Real Madrid are going through. Now, on to the next one: Frankfurt versus Napoli.
This is a fun one.
I mean, you know my opinion on Napoli already. You know, may I just have the stage for a second?
Take it away.
Napoli are unstoppable this season. They are unstoppable. They're currently sitting first in the Serie A. 59 points they are sitting. And you only get the gauge of 59 points when you have a look at second place. And second place, Inter, 43 points. Yeah. There is something going right here, and it's going well for them. And you know, put my money on it. I reckon if they get the right draws, they'll make the semis this year. They are strong.
Yeah.
They are very strong this year. And I'm just a fan of how they play. I've been watching all the highlights, and they are. No one's getting near them. No. It's not like they're nicking 1-0s. They're playing Inter and they're beating them 2-3-0. It's like
they beat Juventus like 5-1, didn't they?
They beat Liverpool 4-1. I watched that game live. Yeah. That was scary.
Yeah. They're incredible. They're looking absolutely incredible.
Osimhen, unstoppable. That Wi-Fi password guy.
Wi-Fi password, man.
I'm not even going to say his name.
I think with this game, I don't think it's going to be a thrashing to either side. I think Napoli will win, but I think they'll win like 2-3-1.
Let's have a look at Frankfurt. Are currently sitting 6th at the moment.
Frankfurt lost their last game 3-0 to Cologne, which, I mean, it's not...
It's not good. When Cologne are 11th, that is not good.
No.
1-0, mate. 3-0.
Yeah.
That is not good.
I don't see what... I don't think Frankfurt are completely out of it, but I don't think they'll win.
Napoli win this 3-0, and that's me being nice.
I think they'll win 2-1.
Sorry, Frankfurt fans, for anyone out there. Napoli are winning this game 3-0. Pour my house on it. They'll run through them. They'll overload them. You know, I might as well buy a Napoli shirt now.
I'm just going to stick with 2-1. I don't think they'll thrash them, but I mean, I could be completely wrong. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, I think, you know, like I said, Napoli would have put him in a fucking body bag. Mm-hmm. They'll do him in. Yeah. Absolutely do him in this away leg. And talking about the home leg, can I just put my net 4-0? 4-0 Napoli.
I'm going to say 4-1.
Napoli will just tear him a new one.
But I'm not. I'm not like not disregarding Napoli's regime or anything. But I'm not going to give them so much respect. That's all.
That's all right. You'll have to learn. Sorry.
They lost to Liverpool, didn't they, in the Champions League? So they can be beaten for sure.
Yeah, they can be beaten, but Frankfurt aren't that team.
No, of course, but just calm down.
You know, so I'm saying 7-0 Napoli over 2 games. Sorry, Frankfurt fans.
I'm saying 6-2.
You're saying 6-2.
Oh, okay.
So we both think Napoli are going to go through.
Yeah.
On to the last two. RB Leipzig versus Manchester City.
This one's hard because I don't think City are like as favourites as they're believed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're gonna. Because they could either smoke them, like they could generally win like 4-5-0, or they could get beat or draw.
Well, they're only a point. They're only a point ahead of Frankfurt.
It's obvious like what I've just said there. But I just don't think it's gonna be this fucking thrashing that a lot of people seem to believe it's gonna be.
Uh-huh.
I can see Leipzig getting something out of this game. For sure.
Same, especially because Leipzig are at home.
Yeah.
Leipzig do have a good home record, and they are doing well. I think
in their own respective league.
Yeah, of course. Well,
Well, City have it in them to get beat by side ideas.
I mean, they beat Real Madrid.
Yeah, did they?
Yeah, they beat Real Madrid at home.
Oh yeah,
they finished a point behind Real Madrid. So at home, you know what? I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say Leipzig are gonna win this 2-1. At home, Leipzig 2, Man City 1. I think they will do well. I think City, because let's remember, Arsenal could absolutely put them in a body bag at the Emirates, and their confidence could drop. I think Leipzig will win this game 2-1, and then I'll say what happens at the City ground.
I'm gonna say City win just 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah, 3-2.
What a game!
Yeah, good game, very good game.
Let's move to the Etihad, the Etihad.
City finish at 2-0.
City. Even though they're 2-1 down, I reckon they'll win this 3-0.
Yeah, they finish it off. I just think it'll be tough for them, but I still think they'll win.
No, saying that, I think they'll win 3-1.
Yeah.
3-1 Man City. They'll just edge it.
So isn't that? Oh wait, so it'll be 4-3 in aggregate.
Yes, 4-3 in aggregate.
Okay.
They will get it. They'll be 3-0 up, and Leipzig will score 1. They'll be
Oh boy.
a bit shaky here. Yeah. But I think I do think Man City will go through. I just think they'll be too strong for them. Just too strong for them. However, they're not winning it this year. Not winning it. I'll happily put my money on it. I'd say Napoli are going to win it more than Man City. But anyway, moving on to the last fixture of the Champions League round of 16.
Inter and Porto.
Inter Milan versus Porto. I think this will be the most boring game.
It's interesting.
Yeah, well...
I feel like it's going to be pretty straightforward.
Well, Porto are currently second in the league, just behind Benfica.
Inter are also second.
Yeah, and Inter are currently second as well.
I can't say they're just behind who's first place, but they're second.
Yeah, they're second,
I feel like, I don't know if they still would be second if it wasn't for Juventus' points deduction, but they've been given it, so either way.
I was going to say, but I think Inter will go through.
So,
I hope Porto go through, because I'm liking this kind of Portugal kind of quarters. Benfica and Porto would be nice. You know what? I'm going to go for it. I think the first game will be Inter 1, Porto 1.
yeah.
I just think Inter aren't as strong as they were last season, and I just think Porto will be hard to beat. I think Porto in the past few years in Champions League have just been really stubborn and hard to beat, and I think it'll be the same.
I think I don't see a world where Porto go through, if I'm being honest with you. I could see them beating Inter Milan in one of their legs. But
let's quickly talk about Porto anyway. Their group, they had Atletico Madrid, Leverkusen, Club Brugge, and they finished top.
Yeah, they topped it.
They were solid. They were hard to beat. They were difficult to beat. They were stubborn, and I do reckon they'll get a draw at the San Siro. Putting respect on Inter as well. However, putting respect on Porto, so I do think it'll draw and it'll be 1-1.
Yeah. Yeah, Inter's record was very mixed in the Champions League group stage, wasn't it? They won 3 games, drawn 1 and lost 2.
Yeah, but they did have a very difficult...
Yeah, they had a very difficult group.
So both teams did very well getting out.
Yeah, of course, 100%. I think did they beat Barcelona twice?
Yes.
Yeah. So they must have lost to, obviously, Bayern Munich and now.
Yeah.
They probably just lost to Bayern Munich twice, wasn't it?
Would have had to, yeah, because Bayern won all their games.
I don't know. I think this is so hard to call.
What are you saying?
I think Inter will win 2-1 at the San Siro, and then for the second leg, I just think they'll win 2-0
Oh, fair.
again.
I reckon Porto will win 2-1.
You do?
Yeah.
Porto will go through.
Yeah, I reckon Porto will go through.
Interesting.
I reckon Porto will just do it, and they'll be a bit of a dark horse as well.
They've been knocked out with the semis, the round of 16 over the past God knows how many years, haven't they?
Yeah.
They always used to just get thumped by
I know.
Liverpool.
I believe I want a Porto Benfica.
Yeah, no, fair.
If we get a Porto Benfica in the quarters, mate,
imagine?
I'd love that. Anyway, that was the UEFA Champions League round of 16 predictions.
Oh yeah.
Just to roughly recap, we both think Bayern Munich are going through against PSG. I think Milan will beat Spurs, and Cam thinks Spurs will beat Milan.
Yeah.
Cam thinks Club Brugge will go get past Benfica. I think Benfica will get past Club Brugge.
I'm up now this Portugal shit.
I'm gonna say against the La Liga Portugal. We both think Dortmund will go through against Chelsea.
Yeah.
We both believe Real Madrid will beat Liverpool. We both believe Napoli will beat Frankfurt. We both believe Man City will beat Leipzig. And Cam thinks Inter will go through against Porto, and I believe Porto will go through against Inter.
Okay. Are we doing points, by the way, for any correct scores?
Yes. So we would have gone over that. I'd probably be editing this back after all these ties have been done. I'm like, right, let's have a look.
Let's see who's got what right.
But yeah, so on to a bit of a special. Well, I'm not going to say a special, but something
More
on the side.
than any of those games.
Yeah, I think anyway. It's the tie between Manchester United and Barcelona in the Europa League round of 64.
Yep.
Now, United finished second in their group against Real Sociedad finished first, and that's why we got put into the pot for the Champions League teams dropping down. And we've been given none other than Barcelona, who are absolutely smashing La Liga. They're 11 points ahead of Real Madrid. Yeah. They've only lost one game this season out of 21. And that game will be massive. This Thursday, or when this video comes out on Tuesday, in 2 days' time, Manchester United play Barcelona at the Nou Camp.
Yeah, that'll be tough.
Talk to me about it.
It's an incredible game. I love the fixture. I think it's great for the Europa League as well. It's tough because obviously United are kind of going into it with. I mean, the form's staggered, but they're still playing well. Obviously, they drew to Leeds before last game, slipped up against Arsenal, and drew to Crystal Palace. But even then, in those games, you'd feel like
Palace was the last minute won the goal.
You'd feel they were a bit disheartened when it came to those
Arsenal
matches.
scored another last minute goal against
United
us.
Played really well in the Manchester United in the Man United game, in the Arsenal game, and then Leeds at home.
And then we came back to 2-2.
I get Leeds played well in some aspects, but again, it's an own goal. And the first goal was great, but the second goal was an own goal. If that was any different story, Man United could have won that as well. So.
And then United got the favour back on Leeds, beating them 2-0.
Yeah. I don't think they have enough in them to beat Barca, but I don't rate Barcelona as much as everyone else does, especially in Europe. They're poor. They are very poor.
I mean, the reason why they're here is because they dropped out of the Champions League.
Exactly, and I just feel like they have the buyout card of Lewandowski. He can just pull you a goal anywhere. But I just don't rate their side as much as everyone else. I feel like they always kind of do well in their own respective league, but when it comes to Europe, I don't think they'll do as well. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean I'm going to say they'll beat Man United. I just think it'll be close, especially at the Nou Camp. That's really hard to call.
I think coming into the Nou Camp, Barca will beat Man United. They will.
I think they will.
We're not going to get a result at the Nou Camp. I'll be very surprised if we did. If I'm going to put my predictions out there right now, I think Barca will beat us probably 3-1.
I was going to say 2-1.
Something like that. I think Barcelona will just be too strong for us. Come Barcelona being at home, I think United will end up losing 3-1.
Okay.
What are you saying?
I don't know. It's really tough. I think Barcelona will win 2-1. Mm-hmm. Something straightforward like that. You don't know. You really don't know. Casemiro back?
Yeah, Calamero's allowed to play for both.
Is he allowed to play?
We'll have Martinez, Varane, Casemiro, Sabitzer.
This one's incredibly tough, man.
Because both teams are playing really good football.
I'm just going to stick with 2-1, but I don't even believe myself when I say it. I can't think of a result that kind of accurately predicts this game, so I'm just going to say 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I don't know. I literally couldn't tell you. I'm more confident for the Old Trafford one than I am with the new camp.
Well, speaking on Old Trafford, just so you guys know, me and Cam have tickets to go to that game.
Way.
We're going to Man United versus Barcelona at Old Trafford. And like I said, I do believe we'll be going into that game losing. However, I think that will massively help us.
Yeah.
I think, and this is the biggest kind of thing ever, I think we'll win the game 3-1, and we'll take them to extra time, and we'll win it. I think we'll win on penalties.
Do you?
I think it'll go to penalties.
See,
I think we'll win. I think we'll win 3-1. We'll score first. Atmosphere is massive. We'll score a second, then Barca will score, and then we'll score a third. Probably last 10-15 minutes, and then it'll go to penalties, and I think we'll win it. That's my prediction. It is a mad prediction, but I'm a United fan. I'm up for it.
I think Barcelona will go through, and I do think they'll beat them at Old Trafford. I do.
Oh my god! By the way, we've not spoken about this off podcast. We haven't predicted.
No.
We've just been excited for the game.
I think Barcelona will win the same as the home leg and win 2-1. I just do. I do agree. I think Man United will score first, but I think Barcelona will just turn it around.
Oh, I'm gutted. I'm all gutted.
I think they'll turn it around and just manage to scrape a result. I think United are capable of turning it around, of course. You don't underestimate them, especially at Old Trafford. But I just feel like Barcelona will have it over them. I just don't see Man United beating them. I just don't see it.
You don't see it now?
No, I just can't see it. And I think Barcelona will just be a bit too heavy for them and just about beat them at Old Trafford. Don't think they'll get battered or anything like that. I just think they'll struggle.
Oh, fair. Well, fair play.
Yeah.
You're a brave guy.
I get to go to the game and say when they'll get beat.
All I'm going to say is make sure you don't celebrate when they score.
Oh yeah, as if. I'm not going to celebrate when anyone scores, man. I'm just going to sit there.
Just going to sit there.
Yeah, watching it and highlights of it.
But other than, Mr. Negative over there, I think United will put him in a spliff.
Realistic, not negative, realistic.
I
reckon you even believe your own.
No, I truly believe it.
You think they'll win?
Yeah, because it's Old Trafford and European nights, and
Yeah.
we'll be going into it losing. If United win at the new camp, we're not winning. We are not winning. Yeah, if we go leading in 2-0 from the new camp, we're not winning.
Yes, you are.
No, we're not. Trust me, I know United.
You'd beat them from that perspective.
Mate, I know United.
You think Barcelona will not go to Old Trafford and win 3-0? If you won 2-0? No chance.
Mate, trust, right? It is better for us to be going into Old Trafford losing because the fans are behind us because it's a massive match already and everyone will be roaring. Trust me, I've been there on European nights when we're 2-0 down at half time. And don't get me wrong, it's Atalanta.
Oh, yeah.
But they battered us first half.
Yeah.
But second half, we came out. You couldn't hear anything.
Give it time.
All you could hear was just people absolutely screaming. We ended up winning 3-2. Why? Because of the fans.
Ronaldo.
Roared them on. Granted, Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
But I think we have someone who's just in as good as form. Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
Marcus Rashford, mate. He's scoring every type of header. He's scoring every type of goal now. Smashed it. He's doing sick form.
He'll score.
Casemiro, don't you dare tell me he won't put in a performance.
Yeah, he will.
Martinez of Varane, solid to shit.
Yep.
Dalot, great. Luke Shaw, phenomenal. Like I said, Casemiro, mate, that back five, good luck Barcelona.
Yeah,
All I'm going to say, good luck Barcelona.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of good players there. A lot of good defensive players. Granted, this is why it's such a good game, because then you look at Barcelona's front line. And it's so good. That's why this game is so good. Then we have Sabitzer and Bruno in midfield. Then we have Rashford, who's doing phenomenal. Sancho's just come back, so he'll be up for the game massively. Yeah. And we'll have whoever on the right. Who? Garnacho. Yeah, he's doing class.
He's doing very good.
He's doing class for a young age, and he will be massively up for it. That is why this game is such a good game to watch.
Yeah, I agree. I just still think Barcelona will win.
Yeah, good one. I've just put in a good promo there.
4-2 on aggregate.
4-2 on aggregate. I'm saying United going through. It's going to be...
3-3, 4-3, 4-4, sorry, on penalties.
It'll be 4-4, United win on penalties.
Yeah.
Steens. It'll be the best night at Old Trafford of my life.
I hope.
I'm definitely not trying to write on my
It
dreams.
might not be my prediction then.
No, I was going to say. But that's what I think will happen.
Okay.
Anyway, I think that wraps us up.
Yeah.
All
European coverage done.
Yeah, the reason why we're not doing the other Europa Leagues is because they're boring as shit. All I'm going to say is a bit of a kind of respect to Union Berlin.
Yeah. Are they in the Europa League?
Yeah, they're in Europa League. We would preview them, but you know.
I don't know anything about them.
They're second in the Bundesliga, 42 points, only 1 point behind Bayern Munich. So, you know, just giving a bit of a disclaimer. Fair play to any Union Berlin players.
Arsenal play PSV, don't they?
Yeah, they'll win that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think Man United are going to go through. Cam thinks Barcelona are going to go through. Thank you guys so much for listening. We hope you've enjoyed. We will come back and we'll make a quarterfinals where we predict the quarterfinals and we go over our results and we'll talk about them in a bit more depth. So thank you guys so much for listening. Hope you guys all enjoyed. If you did like the video, do smash the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please do already. Thank you guys for watching and take care.
See you later, guys.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Let's Talk Football podcast with me and my mate Cam.
Hey guys.
Welcome back to episode number 3.